You wake before the sun, not because you want to, because the day will punish you if you don't. The air inside your house is cold and damp. Smoke from last night's fire still hangs low, stinging your eyes. The floor beneath your feet is packed earth, hardened by years of bare skin and spilled grain. You eat before you work, not because you're hungry, but because you must. The bread is coarse and dark, made from barley or rye. You drink water drawn from a nearby stream or well. You do not know it is dangerous. You only know that sometimes after drinking it, people become very sick. This is early medieval England. And if you are truly here, there is one thing you must understand immediately. This world does not care if you survive. Before we talk about work, hunger, or death, there is something more important. To survive here, you must know who you are allowed to be. You did not choose this life. It chose you. In early medieval England, society is rigid, layered, and unforgiving. Power flows downward, labor flows upward, and almost everyone exists at the bottom. Roughly 8 or 9 people out of every 10 are peasants. Of those, the majority are serfs. That is what you are. A serf is not a slave. But do not confuse that with freedom. You are legally bound to the land you work. Not to a person, but to an estate, the fields, the pastures, the woods. You cannot leave without permission. You cannot sell your labor elsewhere. You cannot decide to start over in another village. If you run, you are hunted and returned. Your name is written into manorial records. Your obligations are inherited. If your father was a serf, you are a serf. If you have children, they will be too. This is not temporary. This is permanent. From the outside, the system appears stable. The Lord owns the land. The church owns your soul. You work, and in return, you are protected. But protection is conditional. You owe labor several days a week on the Lord's land. This is not optional. You owe rent and produce. You owe seasonal taxes. You owe extra labor during harvest, whether your body can manage it or not. Miss these obligations and punishment follows. There is no appeal court, no contract to renegotiate, no safety net. The system survives because you have no alternative. Now that you understand who you are, the next question becomes unavoidable. What does this life actually demand from your body every single day? Your work begins at dawn, not at a comfortable sunrise. At first light, when the air still bites and your muscles are stiff from yesterday's labor, the agricultural year governs everything. Your calendar is not weeks or months. It is tasks. Plowing in spring, sowing seed, weeding, harvesting in summer, threshing grain, preparing fields again. You work with tools that would feel primitive even to someone a few centuries later. Wooden plows tipped with iron, sickles that dull quickly. No machines, no animals strong enough to replace you. When the weather turns bad, work does not stop. Rain soaks your clothes, cold cracks your skin, heat drains your strength. In winter, there is still work. Repairing fences, tending animals, hauling firewood. Your body never fully rests. Injuries heal slowly, if at all. Broken bones often heal wrong. Infections spread. A cut can kill you. Many men in their 30s already walk like old people. We know this from skeletons. Archaeologists examining early medieval remains find worn joints, compressed spines, healed fractures, and signs of chronic malnutrition. Bodies shaped by work that began in childhood and never stopped. This is not heroic labor. It is survival labor. All of this work has one purpose. Not wealth, not comfort, just enough food to keep going. But food here is a fragile promise. Your diet is painfully narrow. Most days you eat bread, coarse, dense, and dark. It is made from barley or rye, sometimes mixed with whatever grain was cheapest that year. Alongside it, a thin porridge. Vegetables help if your small garden produces enough. Beans, peas, onions, occasionally cabbage. Meat is rare, not because animals are scarce, but because hunting is forbidden. Forests belong to the nobility. Killing deer or boar without permission is a serious crime. You do not starve every day, but hunger is constant. Even in good years, the diet lacks protein and essential nutrients. In bad years, it becomes deadly. One bad harvest can mean famine. 2 in a row can empty villages. But even if you manage to eat, there is another daily gamble you cannot avoid. You drink water every day, and every day you risk disease. Rivers serve multiple purposes: drinking, washing, dumping waste. Wells are shallow and easily contaminated. Animal waste, human waste, decay. It all seeps into the same sources. There is no understanding of bacteria. When sickness comes, it feels random. Dysentery spreads fast. Typhoid lingers. Fevers burn through households. Dehydration kills children quickly. Adults last longer, sometimes long enough to infect everyone else. Even monasteries, often cleaner than villages, suffer outbreaks. There is no cure, only prayer, rest, and hope. And when the day finally ends and you return home, there is no true relief waiting for you. You share your space with animals, not by choice, but because their warmth helps you survive winter. With them come fleas, lice, and disease. Winter is especially cruel. Firewood is scarce. The cold seeps through wood and thatch. You sleep lightly, if at all. And still, before sunrise, you rise again. Because the land does not wait. The Lord does not wait. Hunger does not wait. This is not a single hard day. It is every day, not one cruel season. But every season, you survive. Not because life is kind, but because you endure. And tomorrow, it begins again. Years pass quietly. Your body ages faster than your years. Work bends your back before time does. A small injury can change everything. A cut, a fever, an infected wound. There are no antibiotics. If you cannot work, you cannot produce. If you cannot produce, you cannot pay dues. Illness threatens more than life. It threatens survival. And when death comes, it is quiet. There are no grand ceremonies. Only earth, prayer, and memory. The land remains. The cycle continues. And you are replaced as those before you were replaced. At the end, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and also tell me in comment at which scene you most like.